The King and Queen of the Ring finals have been set. A grudge match was announced for AEW Double or Nothing, and a WWE star was pulled from SmackDown, and their match was scrapped. Stay tuned for all the lovely news. Last night, SmackDown kicked off with the semi-finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. We saw Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair. This was a match that I think a lot of people were unsure who was going to go and get that spot in the final.
Yeah.
Because Nia's been on quite a run recently.
So you could see both ways,
but it's Bianca
right?
Belair, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could see it going both ways. Lyra Valkyria was sitting in the crowd watching this. Of course, she's got her spot in the final already. In the match, it seemed like Bianca was in storyline, favoring that knee, was a little bit injured. Nia kept on targeting that knee throughout the match. There was one incredible spot where she got up for a powerbomb and walked from the corner to the center of the ring.
Which is just demonstration of absolute power.
Absolute power.
We also saw, it was on last week's SmackDown, there was another moment of Bianca sort of having to deal with a knee problem.
Yeah,
so
it seems
this
to be
could be maybe a growing thing, kayfabe.
something that is building. Yeah, like it seemed to, she was really favoring that knee throughout the match. Tried to hit the KOD on Jax, didn't quite manage. She kept her held up there for quite a while, but the knee just gave way, allowing Jax to pick up that win and get her spot in the finals. Following the match, she did directly target Lyra, who was sitting in the crowd, getting on that mic, saying she's going to run through Lyra like she's done every single other person in the division. She will, of course, face Lyra tonight at King and Queen of the Ring in that finals of the tournament. Later in the show, though, she confronted Bayley, who was backstage for getting one of those long takes that we all love to see nowadays, getting those long takes to the entrance through Gorilla.
It's amazing because it means cooler and looks much bigger budget, but it's just much less work.
It's so much less work.
It's just like, just stick a camera and follow
her, get the camera on her, and then just copy that. Just do that. It was a great moment.
Promo. I want to see everybody walking everywhere all the time.
Every single match, just walking. But yeah, Jax confronted Bayley and was like, do you see what I just did?
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you. If she does win the tournament, the Queen of the Ring, she will get a title match at SummerSlam.
I think she should. I think Nia, like, as much as we sat here and we've gone, we don't want big, hokey, ridiculous, traditional King of the Ring like how you'd expect from the Vince, where, you know, you get Corbin coming out with the crown and scepter. I think Nia's literally the perfect person to do that.
Yeah, and just troll.
In a weird way, and just troll people. But like to have her come out and act like the Red Queen, just and hold court over everybody and really, really, really buy into her own hype. I think that Nia is perfect for that.
It is strange to say that I do think Nia is the obvious choice here to win Queen of the Ring. I think a few years ago everyone would agree with me in saying that it would be a statement I don't think anyone would want.
No, but as well, like I could see it happening for Lyra, but it feels like it might be just a bit of a meteoric rise.
Yeah,
like
too sudden.
Pretty just straight off the card. So if that is the case, then the company must have amazing plans in place. But I just see Nia with the scepter and the crown and really, really making sure everybody knows that she is the queen of the ring.
She's the best of the ring.
Yeah,
wrestling.
she is the best person in the ring.
Later in the show, though, we got confirmation of who was going to go into the finals of the men's side of the tournament, the King of the Ring. Randy Orton was able to beat Tama Tonga to take his place in the finals. He beat Tonga with just a single RKO, which is something that, of course, it's the three most dangerous letters in all of professional wrestling.
He did shout that at them. He said he's going to remind you why they're the most dangerous three letters, and those three letters are RKO.
And he did do that. This was after a miscommunication somewhat between the Bloodline. Solo got on the apron, had his jacket off, was ready to go for Orton. Orton was a little bit distracted, but not quite. Tama rolled him up. Orton kicked out. RKO.
Ba-bing.
Boom. Yeah. Dangerous letters. He then got the win, but then the Bloodline, of course, went into attack mode, tried to get Randy Orton, kind of injure him before his finals match.
Yeah.
Was saved by one Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
who looked to be in his corner.
Got on a flight and come all the way just to run in and do a beatdown.
You'd be the Bloodline looked quite surprised that he was there, but you'd assume they were on the same flight.
Well, you don't know.
You never know, though.
I know the company's trying to probably shrink its carbon footprint, but every now and then it's probably going to be like, we need 17 jets.
We do.
Nobody wants to fly coach this time. But it's a private flight. Nobody wants to fly coach.
Just do a cruise ship.
Do a cruise ship. All the way to Saudi Arabia. That's going to work.
Earlier in the night, we did see Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes shake hands. Could this be a sign that Randy Orton's going to beat Gunther at the weekend? Tonight?
I don't know. I think Randy would be a cool competitor for Cody. I think it makes sense. There's a lot of history there. But at the same time, I know a lot of people are like, we can't really give it to Gunther because if you give it to Gunther and he goes for Cody and it doesn't work,
win.
Oh my God, he's got to win.
Yeah.
Does he?
Gunther's got to win the belt. Yeah, but he doesn't
He's
go
got to
for
win the
Cody.
belt at some point.
He could go for that world title.
He could go for that world title. He could, yeah.
He could go for that and not
go for whatever. But I think that it's looking likely that it's probably going to be Randy.
It's Randall Keith for sure. Randall King Orton. We're going to look at Double or Nothing, of course. This weekend is full of professional wrestling. King and Queen of the Ring tonight. Double or Nothing tomorrow. And it was announced on Rampage that Deonna Purrazzo will face Thunder Rosa in what is being described as a grudge match. Purrazzo was asked by Renee Paquette backstage of the allegations that Purrazzo was running from Rosa and is scared of Thunder Rosa is true. Deonna did not take too kindly to this, however. She named the time and place being the Double or Nothing buy-in, saying she's going to kick the show off with the destruction of Thunder Rosa, essentially.
And Tony's just like, but there's a budget. You just add a match to it. Go on, guys.
Add another one. It's the buy-in. We've now got 11 matches on the entire show, so it's a big show. A lot of great matches.
Continuing to book the WWE direction, where WWE have gone from these gargantuan shows to more svelte, streamlined 2.5 to 3 hour affairs, maybe a little bit more if it's a big four. But like it does feel like AEW just trying to keep bringing you the I guess the value.
It's the value for money.
Yeah,
that they're going. WWE's on a different pay-per-view model.
It's a marathon, but to actually physically be there, it's a slog. But you're getting so much for that money.
For sure. Well, we're looking forward to more premium live events and pay-per-views. A championship match has been teased for Clash at the Castle. Now, Sam, tell me a little bit about what match we could see in Glasgow, Scotland.
So Bayley was able to beat Chelsea Green on last night's SmackDown, but following the match, Piper Niven beat Bayley down and delivered multiple sent-ons to her that left Bayley like just down in the ring. Yeah. And then in a digital exclusive following that, Piper laid down a challenge saying, if Bayley thought that beating was bad, just wait until we clash again. See what? Clash at the Castle, Glasgow, Piper Niven, Bayley. It makes sense. This makes absolute sense. Have her win.
Yeah.
And then have Drew not win.
No, Sam, I'm checked out at that point. No, Drew has got to win. You can't have it happen again.
You can't always get what you want.
Yes, sir, I can boogie at the end of it. You
can't always get what you want.
Oh, Drew's got to win at Clash
and
at the Castle.
He can sing American Pie.
No.
That Scottish classic.
Yeah, great Scottish classic. I think for this, it makes total sense. Piper Niven, right? Going against Bayley for the title. You get your Scottish stars
reaction.
in there.
Like, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. But again, I think Punk should cost him.
I disagree. Let us know in the comments. We're completely split on this one. Let us know in the comments if you think Drew's going to win, if Piper's going to win, if Punk's going to cost Drew at Clash at the Castle. It's 3 weeks away, Sam. Don't do this to me.
Pacitti reckons that it'll be Punk comes in and then something else happens in order to kind of, so you get that initial kind of no, and then it kind of doesn't go the way Punk
doesn't
hoped.
go the way we want.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be a good show. But looking forward to more things that are releasing in the future. Is Montes Ford. He's going to be releasing a new album.
Yeah, he's dropping an album on day after my birthday, May 31st. So I have to pick it up somehow.
You can get it on streaming.
It'll be streaming.
It'll be on
streaming.
You want a physical record of Montes Ford.
Physical media guy.
So it's your birthday, then it's Montez's birthday. Are you doing anything together?
Oh, I'll just drop my line. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll go fishing or something. We'll go hang out. Yeah.
That'll be really just guys being dudes, listening to Tez's new album. You know, that'll be a fun weekend for you both.
Hanging
birthday.
Out. Go for a drive or something. We'll go for a wander around Kielder.
Yeah. Tez, hit him up. We're going to go back to SmackDown, though, because a SmackDown star was actually pulled from the show and their scheduled match was scrapped. We're, of course, talking about Tonga Loa. He was set to team with Solo Sikoa to take on the Street Profits, one Montes Ford, who Sam's going to hang out with next weekend. Paul Heyman addressed this directly on screen and called Loa too dangerous to pass through customs to get into Saudi Arabia, and that they couldn't clear his background checks. He said it was a strange. They fully just were like, yeah, these guys, these are the dangerous.
Well, we've got Tama kind of just being like a Tasmanian devil. So Tama, he's crazy. He's proper like just chomping at the bit to mess people up.
It's like,
I guess just continue to make them seem as dangerous as possible, because Guerrillas of Destiny had that vibe going, and Bullet Club obviously instills some of that vibe, especially with the tenure they've had in Bullet Club. But I think that by the end of it, they were too humanized. Yeah. So I think like at the minute, they're not human enough. They're kind of a bit cartoony, but I think it's going to settle into this nice sort of, hey, these guys are like not to be messed with.
I can't remember who it was, so forgive me, but someone on Twitter said that this story right now with the Bloodline is like the Lion King.
Yeah.
Solo is Scar. You've got the Girls of Destiny's being the hyenas.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, especially with Tama literally just like, it's like that Australian guy on the news where he's like, they came down and over like, you know, it's a classic clip on Vine, I'm sure. But yeah, so last night's Tonga Loa is not in Saudi Arabia, was pulled from SmackDown. Heyman warning Solo off all these dangerous men he's recruiting and saying essentially, you know, watch what you're doing. Solo being like,
Solo, you gotta be careful. And Solo goes, shut up, old man, I'm in charge. Bye-bye.
He literally just does that, yes. Yeah. And then
he goes back to his flip phone and he's like, yeah.
He's a cool guy, Solo.
He needs a flip phone so he can like pull out the aerial. That's what I want to see. I want to see the aerial, the Tomb Raider 1, Sony Ericsson.
Okay.
That's the exact model.
Yeah.
Not the Matrix one. There was a Matrix one, but it had like a clicky button.
Trips.
It was too fancy.
Heyman, if you're watching, hit Sam up with all these.
Heyman's a big fan of a big old brick.
He does like a big brick. But that is all the news we've got for you just now. Of course, we'll be back later on with more wrestling news. And tonight at 4 p.m. UK British Standard Time, British Summer Time, you will have Adam and Andrew watching King and Queen of the Ring. They're watching the entire show live, reacting. YouTube at the same time. YouTube.com/Cultaholic/live right here. Don't go anywhere because it's going to be a big show. And then tomorrow is Double or Nothing. You'll have Ross and Tom at 11:30 p.m. for that one. We'll have WTF moments, what happened, all that good stuff.
All the usual content.
But we will see you later on for more wrestling news.
Bye.